Welcome back to the Mighty Beans podcast. I am the littlest bean, Esmeralda. Junior, if you want to go next.
I guess I'm the biggest bean, Miguel.
I am the oldest bean, Ruby, or Okami Hikaru.
And I'm the best bean, Francisco, aka Dark Gaia.
Let's not get crazy with the best bean thing.
That's the smelliest bean.
That's the
He's the
shortest
darkest
bean.
The darkest bean.
Yeah.
Yo, I'm
He's
the
a
bean
Mexican jumping bean.
I'm the bean that got tan lines.
The farmer's tan.
The farmer bean.
He's the pinto bean.
Yep.
You know what? We didn't talk about that. What kind of beans y'all want to be?
I was just thinking pinto.
Pinto? After you said that, you are disqualified for pinto.
I said pinto.
Ruby did say she wanted to be the what is it? The Rosati beans? I don't
Rosati? Rosalita.
Oh, okay. I'll be the bush beans, dude.
What the fuck is a bush bean?
Oh
You
my
never-
god.
No, the brand, fool.
bushes.
Like
Oh,
Bush's
the
baked
Bush's
beans.
baked beans.
The bushes
Yeah.
baked bean.
Why didn't you say so?
I did.
You can't be a baked bean. You're the one here that doesn't smoke.
That's
A baked
true.
bean.
That's true.
Big bean. No, not those big beans. I'm talking about the baked beans mom gets from Costco, like that big blue tin.
A big bean.
Those aren't baked, Mitchell. Those are bushes,
I
but they're not baked.
I never said baked. Ruby said baked. I just said the
What?
bush beans,
Well, that's a pinto bean.
but bush specifically.
Okay, you're a brand of pinto beans, I guess.
Okay, I can be refried.
I'm gonna be a black bean.
I knew you were gonna say that.
I want to be a garbanzo bean.
The worst bean out there, Tracks.
I am furry trash, so I'll
Yo,
take
can
it.
I be a lenteja?
Oh,
You want to be a lentil?
They just
Sure.
They're
That's
tasty.
like saying you want to be a green bean.
It's a bean, isn't it?
I mean, I guess.
Yo, you should be a string bean.
Vegetables and string bean.
Okay, so what's the first topic we're going through then?
Yo,
Me
no,
personally-
hold on.
Alright.
Junior. The last
Oh my
time you
God.
said you wanted to talk about Mezzoforte. What the fuck is that?
So
Oh, yeah, left us on a cliffhanger.
yeah, that's right. I forgot about that. So basically, Mezzoforte was his anime that originally had. I think there's two versions of it right now. There's a 2-episode, like 2 OVA version, and then there's like a movie version that was released in America. So Mezzoforte basically is the story of this, like, it's been a long time since I've seen it, but basically it's the story of like this like spy girl, and she's like doing spy shit, right? And the animation and everything is all like really dope, and the story's like really cool. I don't know if you guys have seen a clip of it, but there's a clip like floating around on Twitter that I came across of a fight scene at a bowling alley. Have you guys seen that at all?
No.
It sounds familiar, actually.
Actually.
Yeah, to me
Well, I
it
saw
does
the
sound
clip.
familiar.
Well, I saw the clip recently, and it reminded me of the show that I saw a long time ago. The reason why I saw it so long ago was actually because I found it on a hentai website.
Yes, I
Oh.
have seen this video. Yes.
The reason why,
Don't sound so proud.
yeah, I know, right?
What?
So the reason
It's good.
why I found this on a hentai website was apparently the dude that wrote it and like made it was trying to find an animation studio for a long time to animate it, but he kept getting denied. But finally, this one company, which was a hentai company, agreed to make it for him. But in return, they needed to include at least one sex scene in every episode.
Damn.
2 episodes, right? So, but he agreed to it. And so the whole anime, everything is all like normal, and it's like good, right? Animation and everything's like really good. And then there's just these 2 random sex scenes in it.
You know what? I respect it.
But
Mans
yeah,
fought for what he wanted.
if I recall correctly, the movie version that was released in America was censored. It doesn't have the sex scenes in it.
Oh.
Not surprised. Oh my god.
Hey,
Is
it's
that
good
like the
reference.
Wii audience in the back?
It's good reference.
Pretty
Good
much.
reference.
But yeah, I remember I saw this a few years ago because I was like, I was looking for hentai, but then I started watching it because it looked interesting. I started watching it and I was like, what is this? And I was like getting into it, and then by the end of it, like, I just watched it to watch it. I even fast forwarded the sex scenes because I was like, I don't want to watch this. I want to get back to the action.
I love the no shame. It was just like, yeah, I was looking for hentai and I just kind of stumbled upon this, and I'm really happy I did.
It was really good. Yeah.
Hey, wait, is this why you told us not to Google it?
No, I told you not to Google it just because I don't want you to know what it is before I told you about it. Not necessarily because I don't want you to see it, but now that you know what it is, feel free to go and watch it.
I will be
Like I
watching
said,
it.
there is a version out there without the sex scenes, like I said.
I will be watching it because the little bit that I did see, and I think I actually liked it to save it. And I was like, God damn, that was an amazing fighting scene. And the
We
boobs.
saved it on the hentai website and
It's-
just repeatedly goes back to it.
Hey, I'll do
It's
it.
a short anime. It's just the 2 episodes or the 1 movie, whichever one you watch.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
Okay, nice. I honestly respect. The dude was like, you know what? I don't give a damn who animates it as long as it looks good.
And what's crazy too is that it was a hentai studio, but they animated the action scenes like awesome. It looks great.
Hey,
They're
hentai.
good at getting them hip motions down.
Yeah,
guess so.
sex companies like that, like hentai and all that, usually are really fucking good animators. There's a lot of great animators on Twitch that happen to animate porn, and that's where they start. Like, it's really, really good.
Sex sells, man.
Yep.
But
Sure
who's
does.
buying?
The horny guys.
It's a
And-
song. No one gets it.
Oh, well, I do. I mean, not get it, but I buy that shit.
Ruby knows
Everybody
sex
has.
sells.
What?
Everybody's bought it at least once in their life.
Yep.
About what?
Sex, in whatever shape, way, or form. What was that?
Geek.
Me thinking if I have.
Oh, because you went silent. It must have, like,
And
not.
you know what?
It even means your books,
I don't think I
Betcha.
have.
It even means your books.
Oh, never mind then. Oh yeah. Plenty. I'm broke because of it.
Yep, sex sells.
Like I said, any way, shape, or form.
Yeah, I didn't really think about it. It didn't really click. I was, But, I mean, at least mine has actual stories and details, and I can pretend I'm doing something educational by reading.
Right.
Well, while it's fresh in my mind, I'm gonna go ahead and segue into the next part here, which is the Dark Souls lore.
Oh. I've always wanted to get into it, but I'm like, I suck at playing the games.
And this is where I go silent.
The lore is pretty deep. It's pretty good. I didn't beat the first game, and I haven't touched the second one, but I was so into the lore, I just watched like a 5-hour video explaining everything.
5 hours. God damn.
Yeah.
Man said I got time.
I listen to it while I drive. But basically, let me give you guys the quick rundown version, especially since
The
you just
Spark
beat Dark Souls
Notes?
3, Francisco.
All right.
So, essentially, in the beginning, everything was darkness, right? There was nothing. But then there was a fire,
Everything
right?
the light
And the
touches.
fire is the beginning to everything. And the 5 souls came and claimed their own fire, right? This is all Dark Souls 1 stuff. They have Nito, Gwen, Seath, and then somebody else, I can't remember who. All 4 souls, which are all 4 bosses in the first game as well. And then you have the Pygmy soul, which is the Dark Soul, right? And that's your main character in the first game. You're like a descendant, like a reincarnation of that Pygmy soul that claimed the Dark Soul.
Okay.
And so you go through the whole game, doing what you do, right? Basically, the premise of the first game is after Gwen claimed the fire, right, and gained power. He gained the power to fend off against the dragons. The dragons were the ones that ruled everything in the beginning. But they had a defector. His name was Seath the Scaleless. He was a dragon with no scales, and he helped Gwen kill off all the dragons, right? Gwen was a master of lightning magic, and it turns out dragons are weak to lightning.
Okay.
So he does that, and then he ushers in what's called the era of fire, which is all of Dark Souls. Fast forward to when you're reincarnated, the flame is dying, and Gwen is trying to reignite the flame, basically, right? So your character is, you're going through, you're doing your thing, and then you finally get to the end, right? And you face off against Gwen, and then you defeat Gwen. You claim his soul, you reignite the flame, and thus the cycle of the Era of Fire continues, right?
Uh-huh.
And during the Era of Fire, during this cycle, nobody dies. So the whole death and respawning mechanic in the game is actually part of the lore. Everybody is immortal, but every time you die, you become hollow,
Yeah.
right? So the more and more that you die, and the more hollow you become, the more you start to lose yourself. So eventually, those beginning enemies that you fight off that are just brainless like zombies, basically, are people that have died so many times that they're just brainwashed hollows that attack anything, basically. So that's the story of death and reincarnation in Dark Souls.
Dude, just
So-
like Eminem, they can't lose themselves.
Exactly. So
Well,
fast forward.
Well, no, Eminem wants you to lose yourself in the music.
In the music, but not in other paths of life. He's spiritual like that.
He keeps it real.
Man, that's deep. That was deep.
Yeah, he's the real Slim Shady.
So fast forwarding past Dark Souls 2, because like I said, I never played it, to Dark Souls 3. The story of Dark Souls 3, Francisco, is this is like many years in the future, way past Dark Souls 1. And the flame is dying again, right?
Uh-huh.
And so 5 Lords of Cinders have been called upon to reignite the flame again. They're going to act as kindling for the flame. And a Lord of Cinder is someone who had already become kindling for the flame in the past. So all 5 of those guys that you fight, the Lords of Cinders, the Abyss Watchers, the Yorm the Giant, all those guys, they had
Mhm.
already done that before. But they're being recalled to do it again. But they don't want to. So that's when you come along. You are also a former Lord of Cinder who has been called upon to go and get all those guys. So that's what you do in the third game.
Oh, that's true, hon.
Interesting.
I remember that, actually.
So yeah, you go and you do that, and then you collect everybody. You can bring them all together, and that grants you access to the first king, and you face off against the Soul of Cinder. The Soul of Cinder is literally the flame itself, embodied and fighting back. Because your true purpose, the true ending that I told you about, is you're actually going to put out the fire. The true ending is you end the cycle.
Oh.
So that's why when you didn't give the lady her eyes, when you told her no, that you didn't want to end the cycle, that's why I told you locked yourself out the true ending, because that's actually what you're supposed to do. That's why they're not making the Dark Souls games anymore.
Oh,
But-
okay.
And the reason why he had so many different forms and stuff when he fights you is because he literally is the embodiment of everything. He knows all moves, he knows all magic, he knows everything. And that final phase that you fight him in, when after he transforms, is he picks up the fighting style of the very first boss, the very first Lord of Cinder, back in Dark Souls 1, Gwen. Those are Gwen's moves, and Gwen's theme actually plays like mixed in the background of the music.
Oh, shit.
It's really cool. Even though Dark Souls 1 is a bad game, the story's so cool.
Honestly, just from what you said, if this was like a movie or a book, I'd definitely read them or watch it.
I think
That's
they
pretty good.
actually have Dark Souls comics.
But yeah, that's like the super summarized version, basically, of what happens. And that's why Dark Souls 3 was the last one, and they're not making any more Dark Souls games. Because The story ends with Dark Souls 3.
That's pretty cool that they're like, okay, no more guys, because the story fucking ends, unlike what they did in Kingdom Hearts.
Yo, but I like kept the flame going. So like, when are they making a Dark Souls 4 for that ending?
Yeah, well, they're not, so. But that's the super summarized version. Pretty cool, right?
Yeah, I'd say so.
Speaking of lores, I rewatched the FNAF lore to make sure that my memory was
The what?
Five Nights at Freddy's was pretty good,
Why did you say it like that?
because that's how you say it. That's the short version. FNAF, FNAF.
That sounds so stupid.
It's just how they say it.
That's how everybody says it. That's how everybody
no
says
idea.
Even Markiplier
That's so dumb.
says it. And oh my god, it's fucking. I forgot. It's crazier than how I remembered it, because all of one man and his insanity for his like hunger for power totally ruins him and his family.
I kept up with the FNAF lore for a good couple of games, but then I fell off for me after I think it was like the third game or the fourth one, maybe.
It's really sad.
Which one was the one where Markiplier was like, "Is that the Bite of '87?"
That one was
fourth.
Yeah. I
You know what?
Yeah.
That's the last one.
I think
kept up
you've
with.
told me about the lore, right? Where it's like these kids who were locked up or whatever, and then they like all die, and then they try to kill the like people who were conducting experiments on them, or their father, or whatever you said. And they get stuck in the suits.
Right, yes. So that is the story. Like I said, I rewatched it to remember what the details were, and oh my god, it's just so fucking crazy, the story. So what happened?
Like I said too, if it was like a movie, which I think they are making,
They
one,
are
right?
making a movie.
I would watch it. Yeah, I'm definitely interested in watching the movie.
I want to watch it as well. I think it would be a great movie just because of how sad and how evil it becomes. Like, it's just such a good game or a good story.
Doesn't that movie
Jesus
come out
Christ.
just later this year?
I think it comes around Halloween time.
Ooh,
Halloween. That's actually
Long.
Yeah.
What?
go for it.
Well, I was gonna say, long story short, the two main creators, one of them got too greedy for power. He started to get morbid curiosity that leads to him kidnapping people's kids, opening pizzerias, and creating the animatronics to kidnap and kill kids. And his kids, unfortunately, got too curious, and it started killing his kids. So he starts falling into this madness spiral, trying to protect his kids, making animatronics to protect it, and that's it. It became a downward cycle for that, because the vengeful spirits of the previous kids he killed went after his kids.
Kind
And
of sounds like a story that they made up after the first like 2 games got really popular.
maybe, and then, you know, a lot of more nitty gritty stuff happens in the middle. His oldest son kind of survives though out of everything, but comes back to kill his dad, who got tricked into putting on one of the suits, and the spring lock failed and crushed him to death inside of the suit. But because he was so hungry and so angry, his spirit stayed alive in the suit. And so the son eventually...
Because he was hungry?
Exact. Well, like, hungry for
Damn,
to
that's
still
my
kill...
reason to keep living.
to
Like,
like...
oh my god, look at that burger, please.
he was hungry!
I need a Snickers, man.
And so, so the son comes back. He puts the whole building on fire, to kill his dad, which he thought did the job. Years go by, and a new pizzeria opens, which is where Security Breach comes in. And at the very end of the game, spoilers, if you get like the true good ending, you actually run into William, which is the owner who's stuck in the spring lock. And
the dad?
Yeah, the dad. Mr. Afton is what they refer to him. And you're fighting against him, you're trying to run away from him, and like Freddy is helping you. And the spirit of the son comes in to finish the job and plunge him into purgatory forever. And
Yeah.
there's like,
That's interesting.
yeah, like there's a lot more nitty gritty details to it. But I was just like, oh my god, dude. I hope the movie follows this lore because it's so good. And also a fan...
It probably won't, but we'll see.
I hope. A fan favorite,
Yeah.
too, is Sister Location. And I'm too scared to play it, though, so...
Like, actually too scared of it.
I really am scared.
That's actually one of the things I wanted to talk about. People making live action adaptations of movies and games and stuff. Because when we watched Uncharted, you told me, Junior, how, like, compared to the games, it wasn't that good.
It could have been really good if they had made two changes. One, everything that had to do with the character solely. The person that they got to act as him, as well as the way they wrote him. Pretty much anything with that could have been... They just changed any of that. Movies instantly, like, way better, right? But the second
That
thing
was
that
Mark
they didn't...
Wahlberg's character, right?
Yeah. But the second thing that they didn't do a very good job at showing off either is just all of Nathan Drake's skills. Like, it seemed like in this movie they were going for like a young Nathan Drake, like not as seasoned, because this seemed like it was his first adventure. But even at a young age, you know, he fell to a life of thievery and, you know, deception. He lived on the streets. He was pickpocketing people all the time. He had mad skills even by the time he went on his very first adventure with Sully. So I think they didn't do a very good job of showcasing just how much of a really cool and badass character Nathan Drake really is.
You know what is
Do you
one
think
thing?
they might make another one?
What's up?
Do you think they might make another one? Like, is there content in the game that would make an awesome second movie?
Oh yeah, every game could be its own movie, definitely. But I don't think they will because of how poorly it was received by fans such as myself.
Yeah, just you guys, because I personally had no idea anything about Uncharted, except for the scene in the hot air balloon when he's coming out, because you showed it to me a long time ago.
Oh, falling out of the airplane.
Yeah. No. Oh, yeah, airplane.
Yeah,
And-
because they copied that to the T, and it was actually really nice.
And I loved the movie. I've actually rewatched it like 2 times already. And so did a lot of people who didn't know anything about the games. They loved the movie.
Yeah, you filthy casuals can love whatever you want.
But I kind of get the loyalty of an original versus the live action adaptation. Just like Beauty and the Beast. When I watched the live action, I was like, this is wrong, why did they do this? So I kind of get it.
Yeah, but you know, it was still a pretty decent movie. It's just, man, Sully's my favorite character, and they really fucked him up.
One thing that I didn't like about the Uncharted game is, you know, the whole game is, you know, you shooting guns, right? It's a third-person shooter. And in the movie, there is literally only one time where Tom Holland fires a gun, and it's like not even at a person. Well, yeah,
And he
it was
misses.
at a person, but like there's just a scene of him like grabbing a gun, but then he's shooting at something off stream, or not off stream, off screen,
Off scene. Oh.
and that's it. That's the only time we ever see Tom Holland's Nathan Drake fire a gun, and it's
Yeah,
not
I'm
even
pretty
at
sure he
anything.
misses too.
You know,
Like, I'm pretty sure he's
don't
actually
remember
shooting at a
him.
person, but he misses because like the camera like pans over and like shows like what he was shooting at, and he misses the person he's shooting at.
Yeah,
You know, I
it's,
don't remember him shooting at all, actually.
He grabs a pistol one time. That's pretty much it.
Yeah, that's
But
pretty.
yeah,
Yeah,
in the game, he is a He is really good with guns, and he uses them all the time. As well as like a lot of hand-to-hand combat in those games too, which there was a good amount of in the movie. But like I said, they didn't show off how truly badass he actually is.
Which is weird because Tom Holland is completely capable of doing really cool stuff. You know, like we've seen in the Spider-Man movies, he does a lot of cool stuff, and he does almost all his stunts.
Thing is,
Yeah.
there's a lot of things that they changed that they shouldn't change in video game movies. Like, did you guys see the Assassin's Creed game or movie? I mean,
No, I didn't know there was a movie.
I saw one of them. I know there was like a fan-made one, and then there was like an official one. I don't remember which one I saw, but I remember not liking it.
well, the official Assassin's Creed game. You know how in the games, Desmond is put under the Animus, which puts you like in a sleep state,
Yeah.
and you're pretty much reliving the memories of your ancestor.
Yeah.
Well, in the Assassin's Creed movie, that person still has his like motor functions on. The only thing is he's like strapped to like some machine that follows him everywhere. So like you're physically doing the actions of what's supposed to be like your memories or your ancestors' memories. And it's like, why can't they just put him to sleep?
Oh,
Why
like,
doesn't it
like he's like in VR?
VR, pretty much it, yeah.
That's so weird. No, I didn't see this one.
I didn't see the Assassin's Creed movie, but it's in the trailers. And I'm like, hold on, that's not how the Animus works. What the fuck is this? Is this supposed to be like its own universe?
Yeah, it's so weird that they make changes like that, and but like why too? Like, what's the point of making that change? You know,
Yeah.
it
And
doesn't
it's-
like make it like it doesn't make the story easier to comprehend or anything like that. It literally just is a change for no reason.
Yeah, at this point, it's literally just a change. I feel like it's purposely in there just to piss off fans. I'm like, why even put it in the first place?
It must be.
The only thing I know about Assassin's Creed is that song. I think it's about brotherhood. It's like hooded men watching from a distance, trying to go slow mo, trying to look
Oh,
awesome.
oh, you're talking about the Tobuscus.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
literal trailers, or whatever they were called.
Dude, there is only one literal trailer that I remember, and it was the one for Modern Warfare 3.
I never saw that one.
Yeah, it's when the Modern Warfare 3 trailer came out, it would have the countries of where you're gonna be at, but they always replaced the E with a 3 for Modern Warfare 3. And he
Oh,
would
yeah.
pronounce it like Amthriaca instead of America.
Nice. And Tobuscus,
Yeah.
what happened to him?
That used to live in my head, especially, dude, rent free in my mind at all times was the nugget biscuit, nugget in the biscuit,
Nugget biscuit, nugget in a biscuit.
nugget in a
I think I
biscuit.
was singing that yesterday.
Dip
do
it
remember that
all
too.
in barbecue sauce. Dip the barbecue biscuit.
Except I was
nugget.
doing the Mongolian throat singing. Here, let me back away from the mic.
Oh god.
Nugget biscuit, nugget in the biscuit, nugget biscuit, nugget in the biscuit.
Nugget
Yeah.
biscuit, nugget and a biscuit,
Dip it all in mashed potatoes.
mashed potato.
I used to love those videos. I'd rewatch them all the time. He also made the diamond sword, right?
Yes.
Do you like my sword, 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 my diamond sword, sword? You could not afford for it. What an icon, honestly. What happened to that dude?
Yeah, he got into a scandal with some legal shit. I don't remember what it was exactly.
Copyright?
Time for Google.
No, it was like something about abuse or something like that.
Abuse.
I don't remember what the scandal was, man. I also
Ah.
I just heard it one time, like forever ago, and
How
I
do you
never
spell
kept up with it.
Tobuscus?
Tobuscus? Tobuscus? Tobuscus?
Yeah, something like that.
Tobuscus.
Tobuscus! I remember that intro.
Yeah, I got
Yeah.
it. Scandal. Let's go to Wikipedia because Wikipedia is always appropriate measure of information.
Dude, I'm feeling snackish.
Dude, I'm.
What the fuck?
Well, yo, go get a snack then.
I'm trying to think though because I really don't have much here at the house because I'm gonna start moving myself down.
Oh, okay. On April 8th, 2016, his girlfriend made accusations about him being addicted to drugs, that he cheated on her, and that he drugged and raped her in 2013.
You said allegedly, right? So he was never proven guilty or innocent?
Several allegations. I have to keep reading in order to see if he was charged with anything.
Yeah, I remember it was something pretty bad. I knew it wasn't like kid stuff though. I also do remember that dude that shot up that movie theater that was showing Batman. Looked just like Tobuscus.
I think it was at Aurora is where the shooting was at, right?
Yeah.
Man, that must be
Oh,
so
no.
scary.
I just remember seeing the picture of the shooter afterwards, and I thought to myself, man, that looks just like Tobuscus. Is that Tobuscus? I had to look it up, and no, it wasn't.
Yeah, that's so scary. Like, just to go to the theaters, just a few hours of peace or whatever to be with your family, and then all of a sudden you just hear gunshots, and not just from the movie.
No, this
Like,
is
that's-
outside.
Dude, that's so fucking scary. And then the one that happened a while ago, at a concert, and some U of A students got killed.
U of A?
U of A.
Not U of A. Yeah. From the
Was
U.
here in Arizona?
Yeah, from the U. You don't remember? A while ago, like a few years ago, when I was working at a bank in Fry's. I think that same year, a shooting happened at a concert in Phoenix. I think it was at. And there were some U of A students who attended there, and they were killed on site.
I never heard this.
Yeah, me neither. I'm gonna look it up.
Yeah, your keyboard's probably quieter than mine.
Doubt it.
And then, of course, there was a school shooting a while ago that happened in Texas, where there was a shooter inside of the campgrounds, and police and other force, like law enforcement, wasn't letting anybody go into the buildings. They weren't even going into the buildings. And there's this very famous video of a mom who, like, fucking gave him the quick 1-2, ran past the barricade line and went into the school to go get her daughter. And in doing so, she was able to save other students to, like, get them out of the classrooms because they didn't know if it was okay to come out or not. And I think she, like, went to 2 or 3 classrooms and got them all out safely. And then she found her daughter and got her out.
Was that Uvalde?
It could be. I can't remember the name of it, but there was, like, videos about it everywhere on Twitter and Twitch. And I was just like, what the fuck?
Twitch.
Did I say Twitch? I mean Twitter.
You said Twitter
You
and
said
Twitch.
Twitter and Twitch.
God
So you
damn it.
meant
Twitter
and
and TikTok is what I meant.
Oh, okay.
Too many
Yeah, because
T's.
I heard about the Uvalde shooting, and that is the same situation happening, but I didn't hear about the lady running into the school though.
Yeah, she made it past the barricade, and other parents too. They wanted to run in for the kids, but the police were stopping them, which is, you know, that's smart, right? You don't run into a building fire. As a parent, I would have done the same fucking thing. I would have been like, fuck you, my daughter is in there, you obviously aren't going in, so I am. And
You know, that actually happened in Texas. Yeah, that's a whole bag of beans, but it actually happened in Texas. For that big Texas shooting at the elementary school, where it was a big thing where a little girl had to hide underneath one of her friends and, like, cover herself in blood. I think it was that same shooting. The dad went in because he actually was, I think he was a police officer or something. All these facts might not be right, but he went in, like, through the side of the back and got his kid out. He was basically like, fuck this, I'm getting my kid. He went in the building and got his kid and got out.
good.
Which, I mean, good for you, your kid's safe, but at the same time, it's like, you went in, only came out with your own one kid, and it's like, you know what I mean? But, I mean, at the end of the day, his kid's alive, and that's all he cares about. You know what I mean?
It's hard.
Better get
It's-
one kid out than no kids out.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And honestly, now being a mom, just thinking about it, I probably wouldn't even think about saving other kids either. I mean, if it happened to be on the way and I opened the classroom door, there's kids in there, but mine's not there, I probably wouldn't even tell them, run, get, or say, I just would have left the door and just ran to the next room. I probably wouldn't even, like, think about it.
That's
It's-
probably the worst
Yeah,
thing you
it's
could
more like
do.
tunnel vision and shit.
Exactly. Like,
Well, no, telling them to run might actually be the worst thing you can do. Because what if they all just scatter and run into the shooter? What
Yeah.
you should do is tell them, lock this door. If I opened it, who do you think else is going to open it? And barricade yourselves till the cops come.
yeah,
And
that's
I mean,
true.
that's what you should tell them. Not run.
Yeah, that's true.
Wait
There's
a
this
minute.
video.
This isn't the way to the bathroom.
Exactly.
You threw off the Emperor's groove.
It's just so sad that these are actual concerns of American families. I'm going to send my kid to school and they might not come back.
That's what
You know
I'm
what I mean?
thinking about. Yeah, I'm thinking I'm just might homeschool my kid because of
Yeah,
that.
but you kind of have to be smart to do that, so good luck.
Thanks.
It's starting to feel like you're safer going to school in Mexico with cartel than you are in America.
Hey,
No
but at the very
shit.
least, their security have big ass assault rifles, and you have the SWAT team at all times.
That's what I'm saying. You're gonna feel safer in a Mexican school than you are in an American school.
Exactly.
There was a video on Facebook. I don't know how legit is or true it is. But there's apparently schools in Texas that are getting funded a lot of money to do like anti-school shooting protection and alarms. And it's so sad that schools have to put their money into this instead of into other things.
Hold on. What are they planning on doing?
So one of the things is a bulletproof door, special alarms where if there's an active shooter or a threat on premise, the head admin can push a button and it'll auto lock all doors. And I think there's like this blinds that goes over the windows so that intruders can't see inside the classrooms. And there's
You know, this...
Oh,
Sorry.
Go ahead.
Finish?
Go ahead.
This reminds me of a post I saw not too long ago about how schools are looking more and more like prisons. And
Yes.
they literally had pictures side by side of a school and a prison, like zoomed in to a certain extent. And then they'd zoom out and it'd be a school, like a genuine like high school or something. And it was wild to see. They are almost exactly the same. The difference is being the students can leave and come back. You know what I mean? Where prisoners can't.
Yeah, it's just so sad.
Yo, all I'm saying is I'm not sending my kid to school unless there's like freaking the juggernauts from Modern Warfare there.
Oh my god.
With the fucking, the mounted machine guns, but they're carrying them with both arms.
My God. Like in Mexico, you got the big ass assault rifles.
Yo, you need a UAV with Predator missiles surrounding every school. Yo, I should run for president.
Oh my God, no.
Yo, they have to carry a Bluetooth speaker with them, also playing the Juggernaut music at the same time.
Oh my God.
The rooftop music from Black Ops. Dun dun.
No, it's just constant doom music.
No, it's the Juggernaut music that plays. It's like a heavy metal like guitar riff. It's sick.
Oh, is it from the new Modern Warfare?
They're wearing like boom boxes on their shoulders, like just playing it the whole time.
Yeah, Modern Warfare 2019. Have you heard the Juggernaut music before, Francisco?
No, I didn't play Special Ops during that game.
Well, it's also a kill streak, but it's sick. You should listen to that music.
I only
fucking
knew
blow up
the
in a
Juggernaut like music cue whenever you see the one on screen on the first Modern Warfare 2 in 2009.
It's been a while since I've played that, so I don't even remember how it goes.
Whenever you see a Juggernaut come into your screen, you hear like a dun, and then that's it.
Amazing.
Pretty scary.
Dawn.
Whenever I see a Juggernaut come on my screen, all I hear is, "I'm coming!"
Oh my God. I'm coming home. I'm coming home.
Yo, who's home?
I'm home.
Coming.
Wait a minute.
We all home.
Wait a minute.
Oh, I finally saw the new Avatar. I give it an 8 out of 10. I think the first one is better.
That was so random.
Yeah, kind of was. But you think the first one was better?
I think the first one was better. Watching the second one, I was very excited. I was really happy. The new place and everything else was really cool. I just felt like the story was better and more intense in the first one. As in the second one, it was kind of like, I understand why they had to make it as long as they did, right? Because they couldn't cram this shit in any lesser time. At the end, though, I was just kind of like, I just like the first one better.
You realize both movies are like 2.5 hours long, right?
The second one is actually longer than the first one.
I haven't
like-
seen them.
How much though?
I think it's
I'm
by like
looking it up right now.
30 minutes. It's like 3 hours and some minutes long. The second one.
Okay,
hate
it's
long
about
movies.
30 minutes longer, yeah.
I
The
mean,
second one is 3 hours and 12 minutes long.
And the first one's 2 hours and 42 minutes. Yeah, it's about 30 minutes longer.
yeah. And I they're both good. I love it, and I would watch it again. Between the two, I think the first one is better. The second one, it was cool. Like I said, there's a new place, new animals, like new people we met. I just think the first one was better because I just really like Jake's character, and going in the perspective of his kids. I don't know. It was kind of like, yeah, but I want to see Jake and Titi fight.
I definitely think the second one is better for me personally. But I do see where you're coming from, especially since that one kid, the like middle kid, is like very annoying
Very.
and is literally the cause of everything bad that happens to them. But I just think everything basically is better in the second movie. I like the story more. I think the acting is cooler, like better. Obviously, the visuals are way better since there's like a literal like 20-year gap or whatever the fuck it is between those movies.
It
15-year
was
gap.
gorgeous. It was so
Right.
beautiful how they did it.
And then just the characters are more interesting, I think. Like seeing the new tribe and how all that works, and there's more lore explained with like the big ass birds and shit. Like
Yeah,
it was
that's
cool.
true.
Or not the bird, what's the thing? The big ass whales.
Oh,
bird first movie.
the Tulkan is
I don't
what.
remember what it was called, but the
Yeah.
big ass like whale things. Those things
Uncle
are cool.
Toucan?
No.
Toucan Sam?
I watched a little behind the scenes too a while ago before I watched the movie of how they were even gonna make the movie because a lot of it's gonna be underwater, and the
Yep.
producers, dude, had to do so much fucking work, and then he was like, "Okay, now this looks good." They had to build a tank inside of the recording studio to be able to do this.
Hey, man.
Honestly, I've seen a lot of videos of the actors with like all the dots and whatever on their faces, and the way they have everything perfectly lined up to the characters and everything is really cool, really impressive, and the actors are really good. I haven't seen the movies, but just those clips of what I've seen on TikTok and stuff, it's pretty cool.
If you really like
You gotta
that
do
kind of
what you gotta do,
story,
man.
yeah, if you like that kind of story and you can appreciate like CGI kind of thing, it's a high recommendation. Like I fucking
Nah, I'm still
good.
upset. It's not Avatar: The Last Airbender.
It's coming out
don't
though.
wanna
It's
see that
coming.
one.
A trailer is
No,
coming out.
2025. It is coming out.
There's a trailer coming out though for something else. I can't remember what it was, but I think it's something to do more with Kitara. But I can't remember what it was.
Ugh.
And she
I don't
sucks
watch that
anyways.
shit.
Fuck that hoe.
Exactly. I was like, I don't want to watch that shit.
She
A
got
lot
better
of new stuff was coming out.
She got
didn't.
better.
Don't lie to anybody.
towards the end. The beginning,
Yeah, the
I
last
just
episode.
yeah. In the beginning, I really didn't think anyone could get worse than Sakura until I met her. But then, as like the story went, it was like, oh, okay, well, she's getting better.
She's getting better.
While we're still
Take
on the
this
topic
coat.
of Avatar, are you guys aware that they're making a game?
They
No,
are.
It's not.
Yeah, it's called the Frontiers of Pandora, I think. Wait, hold on. But it's gonna be an open world game where you get to play as a Navi, and you get to use both Navi weapons and human weapons. Because I think the whole story is that you, as a kid Navi, were captured by humans and you were trained in their ways, and you had to be put in cryosleep because the facility was under attack or something, and you're thawed out 15 years later, and now you're like in a different Pandora, like the one different from the way you remember it, and there's like multiple Navi clans that'll have like their own like thing to them, and it actually looks pretty dope. It's gonna have co-op campaign.
Nice. Oh,
I mean, that sounds pretty cool.
I did some quick research. It's the live action show I was talking about, and it got delayed until next year. It was supposed to come out this year for Netflix.
Well, nobody wants to watch that shit anyways. Keep delaying it.
Man, Avatar: The Last Airbender should only be animated, man. I don't know what to tell you. They have to do some really crazy CGI for that shit to be good live action.
No. They're making a new movie in 2025, but it's all animated and it's about all the characters grown up.
Yes.
It's not live action.
Okay,
Yes.
but Ruby said live action show.
Oh.
Yes.
Oh, for Katara? Oh, it's gonna be ass. I'll watch it, but it will be ass.
All you,
I will complain
the Avatar
every step of the way.
I just... it's just such a shame that The Legend of Korra just fucking plummeted towards the end.
It didn't plummet towards the end. It just didn't end very good.
No, it was just constant mid the whole way, and the ending was disappointment. So then I was like,
The first season
Not
really got
constant
me,
mid.
though.
Yeah, the first season was really good.
First season was great. Second was...
I just thought, what the hell's her name?
Korra.
Korra was just so annoying almost throughout the entirety of the show. She pissed me off so hard for me to watch it.
But I think that was
Yeah,
the
but
point.
then she gets humbled in season 3.
Exactly. I think that's the point, was that she felt arrogant, or she felt like she was invincible. She was like, "Ha, fuck you, I'm the Avatar. Look how powerful I am."
the Avatar,
And
yeah.
then she met her match and was like, "Wow, actually, I'm a terrible Avatar. I need to get my shit together."
Dude, she
Yeah.
met literally anyone and got her ass whooped.
Yo, and Amon,
Oh.
voiced by Steve Bloom,
Yeah.
bro.
Amon was a gift.
Amon was such a cool fucking villain. Like, I think out
He
of
was-
all the Avatars, I think he was one of the coolest villains.
Honestly,
Out of all
between
the
all the
Avatars?
Avatar villains,
Ah.
like Avatar, Last Airbender, and Avatar, like Korra, I think
yeah.
Amon is the best villain.
Yeah, I think he is. I can't consider Zuko a villain because he goes through such a transformation. And I felt like he had to be on the other side before he joined Aang, for the fates to have lined up for both of them. So I
He's
don't...
definitely the season 1 villain.
He's an
Yeah.
antagonist,
He
even if you don't
wasn't-
consider him a villain.
He's the Batman of the world.
The Batman?
Oh,
Yeah.
is he rich? And uses gadgets?
Well, he is the prince.
Is he rich?
But
and
I
uses
just
gadgets?
meant more like
He is nothing like Batman.
he's the villain until he's ended up teaming with other people, and he's still not really like 100% team player, and then he becomes team player. That's like the signature Batman move.
That's not Batman at all, actually.
Doesn't Batman prefer to be
Debatable.
alone? I like to be alone.
He likes to be alone
Generally-
until everybody comes in his business, and he's like, God damn it.
Generally, yeah, he works alone. You know, he's got Robin and shit, but like, he's pretty much alone. And Zuko and Batman have basically no similarities whatsoever. So I don't know where you're going with this.
I just told you the similarities.
Yeah, no, but you're wrong though.
I just felt like Zuko was on his own schedule and it happened to line up with Aang. So he was like, okay, cool. I mean, I guess I should help you, right? Because then comes Korra and he was like, fuck you. I'm not putting the Fire Nation through another war. You're on your own.
You're severely misremembering these events. What the fuck?
Am I?
What
Yes.
are you talking about?
No, he did not. He did not join Aang. Spoilers, by the way.
No, at the very end, he
Francisco,
was
you
like,
haven't
all
seen
right.
it.
Oh, you haven't?
First of all, he does not join Aang out of fucking nowhere just because, oh, I aligns with my schedule, I guess. He purposely made the decision not to kill the Fire Lord when he could have, because he said the Avatar's destiny is to take you down. I'm gonna go help him.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Listen, man,
huh?
I may have been wrong. You were just straight up making up your own show.
That
Like, I don't even
actually,
know.
yeah.
Remember that part when Sokka and what's her name, Katara, are Earthbenders, and they freed Aang from the Water Nation tribe because he was captured, and he had an afro.
Yeah, that's exactly what you just said to us, Ruby, because that's what I understood. And
Well,
also,
here's
you
the
didn't
deal.
say
That did
Katara.
happen.
You said Korra.
Actually, that did happen.
Well, you
Fuck
see
you
how
mean that
ridiculous it
happened?
sounds? And, well, no. First of all, they weren't earthbenders, okay? They were wearing the outfits.
No,
The
no,
Afro
no,
thing
Francisco's
will actually
right.
come to play.
Francisco's right. That actually did happen. You just got a couple things wrong.
They were in the
Exactly.
Fire Nation.
Afro was there.
I don't know what anyone's talking about right now.
No, hold on.
You
You're not
described
talking in
something-
clarity, okay? Imagine your mic is not very clear, okay? Francisco,
Well,
what
I'm
you
right
just
up in it.
described is almost exactly what happened. Katara got captured. Sokka pretended to be an earthbender with the help of Aang so they could free her.
Okay.
Remember when they thought Momo was the fucking earthbender? He's bending
That's such a
that
good show.
boulder! Huh? You idiot! It's him who's the bender!
Yeah.
Oh, wait, no. Actually, I'm misremembering it too now. Katara was the one pretending to be an earthbender to save the other boy earthbender.
Yes,
Yes,
because he
so they used
earthbended.
the air vents.
Yes.
Or they used Aang as an air vent underneath the boulder.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's a nice
Uche, you're not
boulder.
talking. I like that. The boulder is conflicted.
The boulder! That's such a good guy.
The boulder feels conflicted about fighting a little girl.
I just like they
The
kept
boulder's
Toph's...
no longer conflicted.
I love that Toph's character, though, stayed true all the way through The Legend of Korra. Like, she didn't really change. That's just who she is.
An icon.
Toph is the most powerful, besides the Avatar, one of the most powerful fucking benders out there. She could probably take on Katara any day.
Okay,
Not
a lot of
probably.
people can take on Katara any day, okay?
Well, not anybody. Katara is powerful.
I didn't say anybody, I said a lot of people.
But Katara is powerful. Give her credit where credit is due, right? It's just her character sucks.
Yeah.
I think the most powerful thing she ends up learning is bloodbending.
But she never uses again.
Which is very fucking powerful.
Well, she does learn it and teaches. I'm pretty sure she teaches her daughter or granddaughter, whoever it was.
She does not.
Because- In the Legend of Korra, I'm pretty sure they bring it up.
In the Legend of Korra, actually, these are major spoilers. There is another bloodbender. I won't say who, but it has nothing to do with Katara.
Oh.
Okay?
They just happen to
And
learn it through,
Katara
like,
does-
research.
And Katara does use it a second time after learning it against the general that led the raiders that killed Katara's mom.
Yeah, Ash, I think his name was. The
Oh,
one with that,
that's-
swig in his mouth all the time.
That's right. When she takes off with Zuko to go find it, he's like, "Don't do it. This isn't you." Oh no, he said, "No, do it. Kill them," and she didn't do it. That's right.
Yeah.
He was like, "Actually, I'm all for it. Do it."
Damn, I'm gonna have to rewatch this show. I don't remember a lot of this.
Yeah, Zuko goes on like this little adventure with everybody, and then
No,
Toph
I
is like, "My
remember.
turn."
I remember that part because Katara's pissed off and wants revenge, so she goes with him when everybody else said don't do it. Sokka, I think, was like, no, don't do this. It's stupid. No. But she does
don't
it
do it.
anyways. And Jet, his name is Jet, and she goes with Jet, and that's when she like hits him against the tree and freezes him in place because they're flooding the whole town.
That you are seasons
Those
away from each other.
those
with
were
those
two
events.
different episodes
Okay,
that happened.
I didn't rewatch the show. I do not remember any
The
of this.
Jet thing
Jet?
was season 1. The thing with Zuko is season 3.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
shit,
with
I don't remember this.
yeah, with Jet, he does want to flood a dam full of earthbenders, but Katara's like, no, it's wrong. These are innocent Fire Nation that have nothing to do with
What
the
the
war.
fuck? You
Okay, whoa,
everything
whoa,
you
whoa,
say
whoa.
is always wrong. He wants to flood a dam of earthbenders, but
mean,
no wait, these are innocent
firebenders.
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 Yo, are we making shit up again? Remember when Zuko and Aang enter a intimate relationship and then they have 2 kids together?
Well,
And
actually,
their names are Troy and Evan?
Damn,
and they're
dude,
both-
You're really good at this.
And they're both hurricane benders?
Everything
Alright.
until the hurricane benders.
are you making this up or are you reading fan fiction? Goddamn.
Composite metal and wood benders.
Hey, send me that link. I want to read that later.
Exactly. That'd be Ruby. Yeah, I'm gonna
Well.
rewatch the show. I don't remember any of this.
Clearly.
Anyways,
Also,
Well, I
apparently,
remember it, but
apparently Ruby
incorrectly.
clearly also doesn't remember anything.
I remember General
We remember
Iroh.
it incorrectly.
I remember Iroh being this fucking beefcake.
I rode this boat across the ocean.
I
You're
rode him.
hilarious, really. Hey, yo.
anyways, to veer away from all this bullshit that's going on now.
It's good bullshit though. It's
Did you guys
lickable
hear?
bullshit.
Did you guys hear the Call of Duty drama that was happening as of the last couple days?
No.
You know, usually I'm one of the first to like hear about this shit, but no, I actually don't know what's going on.
So I'm not gonna have the names of everything correct, just because I don't actually follow any of these people on Twitter. I just remember reading about this and like watching a video on it. But there was some sort of pride parade going on near somebody else's home.
Oh, this is gonna
And-
be good.
Yeah, so there was some sort of pride parade going on. I don't know what it was exactly. And someone took a picture of it and posted on Twitter saying that this was happening right outside my apartment, whatever, blah, blah, blah. And a very big and prominent figure in the Call of Duty like space, Nick Merckx, commented on that post, right? Saying, I don't remember what he says exactly, but basically he says they should just leave the little kids out of it, right? Like leave little kids out of whatever it was that they were
What
doing.
the fuck?
Right stuff.
Okay.
Yeah. And there was a lot of backlash for it. You know what? Let me pull up the
Oh.
actual
The receipts?
because this
Wait,
will be
wait.
a lot more interesting
I need
if
snackies.
I have the actual word for word tweets here.
I need snackies for this shit. I'll be back.
Oh my god.
Snackies.
Nice.
What? Where are you going? What? I'm about to read this shit.
Just read it anyways.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's
her
gonna
loss.
miss it, and it's her fucking problem.
She's gonna have to
Okay.
rewatch the podcast in order to know what we were talking about.
Yes, exactly.
All right, go ahead.
Okay, well, let me go to Nick Merck's thing real quick. So
She
Nick
gonna be
Merckx, like I said, he's a really big and prominent figure in the Call of Duty space, right?
Yeah, I'm aware of
So-
who Nick Merckx is.
So him and Tim the Tatman, they both recently just had bundles that came into Call of Duty, like skins, right? Where they resemble both of themselves.
Oh, nice.
So they literally just got that added into the game like just like a week ago or something like that. And I can't find the tweet. I think they might have deleted it.
Okay, I'm back.
Possible.
You'll find it on Google for sure.
Oh, he already told us all about it, dude.
Let me see here. Let's see if I can find it. What's his name again?
Brittany alone.
His name is Nick Merckx. Nick is spelled the way you think it would be spelled, and then Merckx, MERC.
I'm only seeing
Now that-
thumbnails of like YouTube videos.
Now that song's stuck in my head.
If only I knew how to spell Nick correctly, maybe I would fucking find
Okay,
it.
so I found it.
Oh, here it is. Okay, drama alert. There is a massive boycott of Call of Duty
Good.
following Nick Merck's DLC removal.
I found it.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Dude.
The original tweet was, "This happened 4 blocks from my Overwatch League apartment. Americans are in a sad place right now. Let people love who they love and live your own life." That person quote retweeted another tweet of someone saying anti-LGBT protesters attack pro-LGBT demonstrators outside of Glendale, California's school board meeting. The school board is voting on recognizing June as Pride Month, right?
Okay.
So that was the original post, right? This dude was quote retweeting somebody else saying that there was anti-LGBT people attacking pro-LGBT people outside of a school where the school was supporting Pride Month, right?
Right.
So then Nick Merckx says they should just leave little children alone.
Mm-hmm.
Right. His tweet says they should leave little children alone. That's the real issue. That's what he tweeted out. And in response to his tweeting that, Call of Duty removed his bundle and his skin and everything from the game.
Wow.
So another person tweeted out, it appears Activision has removed the Nick Merckx bundle from the Warzone and MW2 store this evening. Activision has not commented on why it has been removed, but the removal of this bundle comes a day after Nick Merckx's recent comments about the LGBT plus community, right? And just like the same day, maybe like an hour later or something like that, Activision did comment to that Twitter post saying that Activision deactivated the skin, saying, due to recent events, we have removed the Nick Merckx operator bundle from the Modern Warfare 2 and Warzone store. We are focused on celebrating Pride with our employees and our community. So that's what Activision tweeted out in response to everything. So the next day, Nick Merckx went live on his stream, and he commented on what the whole situation was, right? And he said that basically he doesn't have any hate for any communities, any pride or anything. He supports it. He thinks it's cool and all, but he thinks that little children should be left out of that whole situation, because he thinks that involving children in basically anything sexual is like not cool, right? And in response to him saying that he didn't mean to upset or hurt anybody, he's just worried about children because he just recently became a parent, right? His kid is only like 2 months old or something like that.
Oh wow.
And so he was like really like actually torn up about the whole like little kids deal. In response to that, all of like the big time Call of Duty people are like siding with him. Like Tim the Tatman asked for his skin to be removed. He's no longer streaming the game. He's got it uninstalled.
Mm-hmm.
Same with Nick. He's got it uninstalled. He's no longer streaming the game. Another YouTuber or Twitch streamer named Dr. Disrespect, same thing. He says, I'm not playing this game anymore. I'm uninstalling it until they issue an apology to Nick Merckx. It's a huge deal that all the big time Call of Duty players and streamers and everything, they're just totally not playing Call of Duty right now.
Wow.
I mean, yeah, dude. Like, if he would have said like, "Fuck them gays" or something, then I would completely understand why they would remove, his pack and everything. But all he said was just the little schools with little kids shouldn't even be discussing this. You know what I mean? Like, there's no point. That's wild. I had no idea about any of this. It's just like, I think in Florida, the whole "don't say gay" thing. You guys remember that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what it reminds me of.
Yeah,
It's
I'm
pretty
with
similar
Nick
situation.
Merck on this side too. He just said to leave kids alone, which I agree. And people exploding out of what he said and Call of Duty doing what they did is like, what the fuck's wrong with you guys?
Yeah, because apparently, according to Tim the Tatman's, what he said on his stream, is that him and Nick have been friends for years. And they were both working for a very long time. And they were working very hard on getting those skins added into the game. And right when they do, Nick's gets removed. And Tim feels that it's like an injustice. And he says that because of what happened to Nick, his skin getting removed, and they've been such close friends, he asked that his skin also get removed too, because it doesn't feel right that his is still there while Nick's isn't.
Loyalty.
That's true, homie,
I
right
respect that. Yeah, exactly. I respect that.
So that's the whole situation as of right now. As far as I know, there hasn't been any comments or anything from Activision, but anytime they tweet anything, their comments get bombarded by people saying like, bring back Nick, bring back Nick.
I
Damn.
think
Give it a
people-
like 1 day or 2 days, and Activision will come out with a statement.
Yeah, I think people nowadays are just really hypersensitive, and as soon as someone comments anything about anything, they're on people's asses. And so I have a feeling that Activision, right, didn't want the backlash, so they acted, beforehand instead of just waiting to see what would happen. And this is what caused it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
This is what happened from that. And it's just like, dude, he didn't say anything inherently wrong,
Yeah.
He just said to leave the minors out of it. That's it.
which is it's the bare minimum anyone can ever do.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy how just stating one opinion can just like ruin everything for you too.
Well, that's the day and age. That's social media right there. One mistake, one thing, you're screwed.
And also, there was something else that you wanted to mention, Junior. Reddit blackout.
Oh, did you guys hear about that one?
Oh God.
I had one of my viewers kind of describe it. He said that they're boycotting Reddit because of a policy change, but I didn't hear much detail on it.
No, I have no idea. Does anybody know, or do I need to look it up?
Well, yeah. So essentially, what happened is Reddit. You guys know Reddit, right?
Everyone knows Reddit.
So Reddit, to my knowledge, I'm not a Reddit user, but to my knowledge, from what I've been hearing about this recent event, is Reddit has always allowed third-party applications onto their website for whatever use that they wanted to do. But a recent policy change had made it to where I believe Reddit is now charging those third-party apps for being on their site. And the amount that they're charging for is like pretty substantial. And I was watching Critical's video on it. And one third-party application in particular that he mentioned, they went public about this, and they claimed that the amount that they would have to be paying was somewhere around $20 million a year.
Ooh.
Jesus.
Oh my
What
God.
the hell?
And so basically, a bunch of the Redditors are boycotting Reddit, and they're shutting down a bunch of subreddits, right? So you guys know how Reddit works, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you go into a subreddit, you can lurk, comment, or make a topic. Yeah.
Lurk.
So the admins of all the big time popular subreddits are basically creating those, making those subreddits private, which means nobody can access them.
Mm-hmm.
So it's
Oof.
essentially a
Useless.
blackout. You go to Reddit, all these huge subreddits are all gone because they're private. No one can access them. So that's the Reddit blackout. It's in protest to what Reddit's doing right now.
That is crazy. So,
20 mil. That's
yeah,
ridiculous.
that's,
Yeah,
that's
and-
a lot of money. I thought it was going to be like, $500,000 or something like that. And that's still a lot.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. I saw the video yesterday, and that was all I've heard about it since. So I don't know what the update is. But I do remember one thing that Critical had pointed out is that if they continue doing what they're doing right now, because of the way Reddit works, because it's user-based, user-generated, if no users are doing anything on the site will die, right?
Mm-hmm.
Much.
And the boycott will work. But the problem is some of the top-notch Redditors, some of the top-notch like subreddits, are only going private for 48 hours. So after the 2 days, they're going to bring it back, which kind of makes the whole thing pointless.
Very.
Yeah.
Damn.
That's just like Netflix saying, hey, no password sharing, or we're going to do this. And then I was like, oh, I'm just kidding. That's what Reddit's doing.
And then, you know
Yeah,
what?
well, hold
They
up,
brought
man.
it back. And then they brought it back. They
Exactly.
really are cracking down on the no password sharing.
Netflix. I wonder if Netflix realizes there's so many other streaming networks out there that we really actually don't need it. The
Dude,
only
I can't
thing,
tell you how many times I wanted to watch something, and then Netflix is the first thing I check, and it never has it.
Yeah, the only thing Netflix has is Netflix originals. There are some
then-
Netflix original like shows and stuff that I would want to watch.
And
But
then you
none
go to
of the Netflix
Hulu.
originals I've seen are good. Like the only Netflix original I've seen that was good is Castlevania.
There's been a couple I've seen that are really good.
Not me.
Yo,
I can't think of
Narcos-
any at the
Narcos
top
is
of my
pretty good.
head, but I have watched some Netflix originals that I have enjoyed.
Which one, Francisco?
Narcos.
Oh, so
Narcos,
it's
I haven't
not
seen
good.
Narcos.
Accent, not Pinto?
Until the third season. Narcos was good until the third season, and then it just dragged on.
All right, I'm barely on like second season right now.
Actually, you know what? I think El Camino was also a Netflix project.
Yeah, I think you're right.
So El Camino is also really good. Better Call Saul, I think, is also a Netflix project, but I got pretty bored after the first season, and I dropped it.
Oh, you know what? I was watching this very specific K-pop or K-drama that I really enjoyed, and that's only on Netflix.
I feel like if Netflix doesn't have it, Hulu or HBO Max has it.
Honestly,
Yeah, those are the go-tos for me.
and even though it's kind of sucky, Amazon Prime always has it.
Yo, Amazon Prime slaps.
Yeah,
And
even
believe
if
it-
you have
believe
to
it or
pay
not-
for it.
Believe it or not, Peacock also has a really good selection.
Yeah, you know
Who's
what?
Cock?
I just started watching shows on Peacock. I just got it. Because there was a
Peacock?
show I wanted to watch, and it was only on Peacock.
Dude,
Hey.
I've been
Bro.
obsessed with the show Brooklyn Nine-Nine. It's so
Yeah,
good.
I'm gonna start watching that. It's on my list.
You,
I've seen clips of it, but I've never seen a full episode.
You neither.
you need
It's
to,
okay.
Mecha, you need to watch it like immediately.
Yeah,
Jake Peralta
it's-
is my all-time favorite character now. He's me.
I-
That's literally me.
I have like a discounted price. I think I paid like $20 for a year. So something really, really low. I think it was like $40 for the year. I don't remember. But it's for only the year, so I'm kind of like hoping I can binge watch everything I want to.
Yo, and Peacock is the real homie because I was able to watch the World Cup for free on Peacock.
Well, I mean, you have
Who's
to
Cobb?
pay
Hey,
the
that's pretty
subscription. But yeah, the NFL app and this has nothing to do with the soccer, but the NFL app and like Amazon Prime and everything were charging to watch the Super Bowl. So if Peacock streams sports like that, it's pretty cool actually.
That is pretty cool. Well, now that we're off with that subject, did you guys want to talk about something else, or
Well,
did you want
I
to
think
call
it's
it
actually
there?
time to call it for tonight.
We've been on
gotta
for
wake up.
about an hour and 13 minutes.
Yeah, I got to go wake up early tomorrow morning. I'm going off-roading with my in-laws because tomorrow's their wedding anniversary, so I should probably hop off.
Or we could do another hour
Another
You
hour?
guys can.
We could.
because all our streams have been way longer than this one.
They have. The first episode, after cutting out some stuff, was like an hour 45.
God damn.
So we're still in rookie numbers.
Well, I thought we were supposed to keep it at an hour.
I mean, yeah, we could.
Yeah,
I mean, it's just
Yeah.
up to you. I mean,
We could cut it at the hour mark, but keep going, and then
Yeah.
offer the extended version on like
Patreon.
on like a
Patreon.
Patreon,
Yeah, we
Like what a
always
bunch of
straight
other
to
people do.
Patreon. It's just because,
like what a bunch of other people do.
yeah, and not only that, but I don't, at least me personally, I'm not the type of person who would sit and listen to a podcast for almost 2 hours. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
Well, I don't
we're-
sit
we're
and listen to
catering to like
podcasts.
truck drivers and shit.
That's also
Yeah,
true.
I don't sit and listen to podcasts. I go out and do other things while I'm listening to podcasts.
I mean, I guess it's fair.
All right, well, the oldest bean is going to sign off. So,
Yeah, because you are the oldest. That's why.
exactly.
Yeah.
I need my bean sleep.
You need your midday nap, you old coot.
Don't forget to
She's
take your
always
15
like that.
meds.
I actually do
freaking
have a lot to take.
Cocktail of meds.
With a side of tequila, I'll take it.
No.
Okay, Metcha, well, go ahead and sign us out then.
All right. Thank you for listening to the Mighty Beans podcast. I hope you guys enjoyed. Go ahead and follow Dark Gaia on his Twitch and Twitter under Dark Gaia. Then
21.
Ruby. Oh, sorry, 21 at the end. Ruby is. What's your stuff?
Okami Hikaru, you can use that for my Twitter, my Furfinity, my Twitch now is going to be up soon. I'll be playing some games and we should have a lot of fun time on there.
And last but definitely not least, Miguel, you have your TikTok and Twitter, and you have Twitch too, yeah?
Yeah, you can follow all that stuff at G-Day SmackDown.
And
was
I
that?
only have a TikTok, so Esmeralda Macias, right there.
Wow, just use your full name, why don't you?
That's
Yeah.
my
Get
TikTok.
doxxed. Get doxxed, kid.
Hey, that's my TikTok. What do you want me to do? Change my whole TikTok account?
Yes.
You
Yes.
could change the username, yeah.
Oh my god, the both of you.
I hope you look for me just so I can tell you that I want to help you.
I hope you reach out to me so that I can ignore you.
Oh, I definitely will.
All right, that is it.
All right.
Good night, everybody.
See you guys in the next one.
Catch you later.
All right.
Bye.